the CYA trying to give value there to the Winter Soldier.
Also, we got the Naga versus Sparker setup, the more versus the more, but trust me, the wild card deciding, I'm getting Fi's face a little bit here, and immediately taking a step back, needs a lot of heals, decides to use the shield when it gets a little bit low here, but you see the pressure onto the Venom. Right now, VP saying, no, we're gonna keep burning down the Venom. Trust me right now, just trying to be a distraction, get some damage in, get some heals, now go right back over and in. Nevix, meanwhile, getting a little bit pummeled on the side. Both teams looking for the key first pick here so far, Vast. The strategists on both sides, keeping them up nice and healthy here so far.
And you see this flank duel, so important right now between Naga, between Fi, just trying to play the packs, but getting pressured out. Naga doing a great job, and you talk about Naga a lot. Naga, a lot of pressure going to be on him, but immediately going down there, the Amplifier Sparker finds two.
Yeah,
and, you know, I was about to be like, oh, this is going really good, and then Sparker gets two.
I mean, the Sia just let Sparker BRB though, bring Fi right back over and then crack an impact over, but it's Finzi with the Meteor M, finds Naga, gets the neutral kill on this Destroyed, and I mean, LG already on the back foot here, gonna be forced back once more.
And the idea was really good there. You notice, trust me, comes in, forces the Astro Flock along with some of that pressure from main. Then afterwards, they can just follow up, pick up Fi, which is exactly what they do, but the problem is they committed all those resources. They were down a pick earlier in that fight. And then Virtus.pro just uses their ult tempo, finds a couple more. So LG in a final fight situation, no ults on the board into 2 for VP, about to be 3. I mean, they're gonna have to stagger on. Can they even touch?
No. Well, how does this keep happening with VP? I mean, VP is actually so incredibly good at denying last touches.
Just yet.
And trust me, getting focused, Rajaro getting focused, Sia gonna get dropped here by VP. This is what Sparker used to great benefit in the last round. So far though, no picks, but it's gonna be Fi. Finishes off Trust Me, use the damage boost. BRB though, bring Trust Me back into the fray. LG gonna have to back up a little bit. They give up first control, but they can immediately recontest. They're not have it just yet. Fate gonna have a Sia of his own. Drops it. Can LG now get some picks with the damage boost? They're able to take down Fi on top. That threat gone for a moment. The BRB likely potentially up, and no, it's not up. VP though, takedown destroyed. 5 versus 5 on both sides. VP looking to hang on in. Fate of both worlds about to be popped here by Dreedro. Already used here by LG on the other end, and Dreedro's just waiting here. He's able to wait an even longer period of time. Fate though takes down Finzi, and they might have waited too long, Avast.
Now they have to make it back in. I mean, they do have to sustain. There is Meteor M up for Rajaro, who could maybe find one burst through that strategy. They don't find anyone just yet, but the Feast of the Abyss is up, which means, trust me, gonna be very healthy. Get some more pressure onto Finzi. They need to make sure not to lose any more picks. They're not, and I think, barring the disaster here, LG should be able to flip this.
You would think the Kraken impact gets effectively 2, gives LG more presence on the point. VP though, strategically backing out, still keeping pressure all the while. The point flip does come into play, but VP, look, they're right back into it. Finzi going over to the Strange, drops the portal. Now Fi onto the Star-Lord, quick swap up, looking for options into the back if possible. And VP is still heavily contesting, already getting progress onto the point. BRB brings Destroyed back up, nearly another pick off here by Fi. Super close again to Moore, who just barely bubbles himself, but the horn from Sparker comes on out, finishes off Naga. And VP, they only lose control for a split second here, Vast.
Ooh, LG, level 1 Crook, committing the Fate of both worlds. One to stay on the point here a little bit longer, but I mean, unlikely they can win this fight. They're just going to be giving some late picks. -1 strategist ult here as well.
Good to go. LG moving on forward. The Sia saying the Toad. It's Destroyed to the back. Kraken impact looking for the supports. Any pickups here just yet? Not quite. Fate of both worlds popped by VP. VP just looking to sustain. Naga's already used the whale. No one dies from the whale. Meanwhile, Rajaro, Meteor M, trying to just break anything on VP. Does not work. Galactic Legend. Meanwhile, by Fi. In over the top. Looking for picks. Looking for Naga. Naga super low. Naga having to pop the bubble. And Fi still in hot pursuit saying, no way. Absolutely no way. Blaster Barrage goes in. Is it enough? Still somehow you see Naga alive, but it won't be for long. Meanwhile, VP,
I mean, that was
taking down the point.
That was very cutesy coming out from Naga. I mean, it shows the power.
Damage versus tanks, courtesy of Sparker, but when the team up's off, look at this, the Hella Duel on the side, Fi takes away from Destroyed. Quick advantage in from LG, and just like that, you take a look, VP's likely about to get first control. They have the clean 6v5 right now, Vast, and Rajaro though takes down Fi, evens it up, 5 versus 5. They're both teams down to Hella. LG now, quick, God of Mischief, really generated quickly by Crook, and that changes the course of things here, just a bit.
For sure, I mean, LG still staying in the fight. There's gonna be some more picks. The God of Mischief getting a ton of value, likely looking to go into the back line, maybe try to force an ult very quickly. Does VP make their approach?
Rajaro, Meteor M, opening things up here. Nevix responding with the clobbering time. Rajaro, though, takes down one, gets the cloak in the back. However, the counterplay, way stronger. VP with 4 off the rip in return. It's going to be a quick recap, but it was LG that struck first. I do think you hit on something interesting, though, is that when you talk about difference in compositions, right?
We know you're always going to be sneaky like a little rat on the flank as the amplifier used very aggressively along with the Goddess of Death, trying to find a pick. Can they find anything?
Well, forced out the Goddess of Death, but the Sia is going to get used in turn. Fi looking powered up, gets destroyed down. That's a clean pick on this asteroid. LG now having to fight with 5. Fi, though, getting low in turn. LG, how much do they decide to invest in here? God of Mischief's already been used, and, well, it's over. Nevix walks up.
LG going to be under a lot of pressure to make out, and sure, they're going to get some strategy ults. They're going to have a Goddess Death. Well, trust me, though, immediately 5%. Trust me, he's probably going to be one to go for it. Asteroid already down. No picks. Fi getting pressured a little bit. There is a touch that goes on up. Can they find anything from the Meteor him? Nope, not just yet.
Sparker, meanwhile, just hanging out here, shooting bullets with infinite ammo, looking for a little bit more. The Kraken Impact, good to go. VP, ideally, they'd just like to save it for the next round, but instead, they decide to drop it. Kraken Impact used, 3 down once more for LG. And the VP making it look easy here in the first round on Royal Palace.
And a really interesting comp there. I mean, it's kind of, I mean, this strategist backline. Look at the strategist backline. Yeah. They're playing Loki, Rocket, Raccoon. That means there is not a single strategist ult for level 1 Crook to copy that gives you sustain.
Also, Naga immediately with the pick. The BRB is going to bring it right back up. It's still not a bad start here for LG. Naga with the Kraken Impact. Getting damaged in turn. Is he going to be able to get the reset? Doesn't look like it just yet. Trust me, meanwhile, hanging on to the feast. Fi going to drop the Goddess to Death. Over here on the outskirts right now, just laying it into the Venom, looking for Trust Me all the while. Fi, though, pretty low in turn.
Not losing anyone either to the vulnerabilities from Dredro. So LG win the first fight, and now the question is, okay, is level 1 Crook going to be going for an aggressive? Nope. I mean, they're just going for the aggressive amplifier. Maybe they try to find a copy there onto Dredro, potentially, because remember, there's no sustaining ults here. Outside of the regeneration domain, there's nothing for level 1 Crook to keep people up. And it is going to be the Dredro copy.
The free agains, courtesy of Loki. Fi able to get destroyed. However, BRB evens it up. As destroyed right off the respawn, gets on the Nevix. It's LG up 1 right now. Nevix, though, brought in the back into the fray. 6 versus 6. Meteor M in from Finzi, looking for anything. Destroyed dead. This time not going to be coming back. Meteor M used. LG down to 5. Rajaro looking for Meteor M on his side right now. Still doesn't connect. Naga now. Kraken Impact. Rajaro able to take down Sparker. Naga with the fall through on the Dredro. Finzi returning fire in turn, but it's Virtus.pro now, getting pushed back a little bit. Fi right now, looking for the reset, looking for targets. Now just looking on the Trust Me. Trust Me, though, dealing heavy damage into the backline, still staying alive, still getting healed all the while, as VP not in control of the point right now, Vast, even as Trust Me goes down.
Oh, the peel there for Fi, and also good job from Rajaro trying to keep Trust Me up as long as they could. As Virtus.pro making the approach back on in. Amplifier is going to be gone. LG, I mean, their players are back. They're all here. Level 1 Crook with the regeneration domain, keeping everyone alive, but where's the sustain? They need a pick because the long fight could be brutal here for LG.
Well, there's no long fight. This is just coming right back on in, getting control. But actually, you know what? LG's, I think, deciding we're going to go for a little bit of stall here. They're outnumbered and they're likely to bleed, but they have enough tanks on the point that they're just trying to get this as high as possible. It's destroyed. Even going to drop the Goddess of Death, try and get some ults out in turn. Rajaro might be going down, but you see the damage coming in from the Goddess of Death, trying to burn extra resources. Nearly gets the strategist pick. Cloak just barely able to get away. 5 meanwhile, Goddess of Death of their own, takes down level 1 Crook right now, just trying to clear the point, get control. VP finally does it, but it's LG.
Gotta do is Virtus.pro holding the choke aggressively. They're holding on to 4 ults, about to be 5.
Oh, the hook forces out the Astro Flock from Destroyed. Destroyed just going, please, good lord, get me out of here. Sparker says, I'll get you right back to spawn. Kraken Impact used, still has a reset, ready to go. Drops it one more time. LG getting forced back. Huge hook. Fate gonna open here at the Sia to start things off. Sia is dropped. What else is gonna go here? Naga, immediate Kraken Impact. Answered though by Finzi. Meteor M drops on down. Naga meanwhile is able to get a Sparker. Should get the reset off the top. Fi meanwhile trying to go for the flank to even things out. Is it gonna work? Naga meanwhile, Kraken Impacts in the front. LG ahead, dropping their entire bank here so far. Destroyed getting caught. Naga though, still dropping impact after impact. LG up on the count here so far. You got the Winter Soldier battle. Fi though, able to take down Naga. Evens the score. VP still fighting. A level 1 Crook though on the Dredro, and LG VP get control back in the fight. Will VP delay, or will they look to next round? It's looking more like next round, but instead, they decide, no, we're investing, we're delaying. Will this pay off? VP not wanting to give up even a single round as LG still has way more in the point. The portal, though, comes on in. Sparker drops on down. They take down Rajal, they take down Crook. VP still fighting here, Vast.
Oh, I have to. Yeah, you have to be ripping out your hair. If you're LG, the perfect portal plus Redro going to Loki to make sure they can put the regeneration domain through the portal to keep everyone up on point. And now they're cleaning up. LG, they're gonna have to look for a last minute touch. Fi's going over to the Psylocke as well to hunt down some kills. Look for people that are just trying to come back to the point here. As LG, they hold on some ults, but they need to touch the point.
Yeah, are they even gonna be able to touch? 98%, 99. They do get the touch of the play. Overtime play in action. Trust me, though. Really low. LG looking for the miracle. They have the God of Mischief. Trust me, getting real close to the feast. 90% needs to build it sooner than later. Sparker, though, looks to be the backbreaker. The Kraken impact takes down Rajaro. The BRB gets back up. They don't stand the point. And
That's
is
a Charlie
over.
Niner. I'm sure that Fi does not get the value as Nevix actually playing some Venom himself.
Trust me right now, maybe in a bit of trouble, getting burned down and dead. Can't get away. BRB gonna bring Trust Me back up, but still, quick opening here from VP. Gets a little bit of extra ult generation. Trust me, you know, right back into the fray. We'll see how LG play this defense, but the focus on the Trust Me is high. Has to burn his own self shield here, getting the vast majority of the heals and the regeneration domain. Meanwhile, the rest of LG looking for a pick on the Sparker. Sparker getting very, very low. Sparker, though, healed right back on up. Rajaro, meanwhile, now taking the brunt of damage. Rajaro getting low. Trust Me going in, trying to be a little bit of a reprieve. Both teams getting low. Rajaro couldn't get away. Rajaro's super, super low right now. Vasti, yet somehow, some way, just able to stay alive just long enough is destroyed. They get to the back line, get on the Sparker. Rajaro, though, finally gonna fall. Sparker brought back up by the BRB. Trust me, in or the top, LG down 2, VP still at full strength, and this first point might already be over.
They can maybe try to go for the recontest here if they want to. They're coming out for the high ground. They got to touch. They don't touch. They're all out here, though. So, I mean, the points, it's been capped. And now they've committed the amplifier, and they've just been eaten all by the Feast of the Abyss. There's the Terror Cape as well. I mean, the Cape of Terror, like, the vulnerability. It's just, LG, you have to respect how long their tanks can sustain.
So, it's tough. They're getting a little bit potentially outvenomed right now. Trust me right now. Gonna drop the Feast. Nevix right now keeping pressure on the top right now, going, please get off the Hella. And Trust Me says, no way. It's my dinner.
They got him.
Not gonna happen. Like, as Trust Me takes the 1v3. Meanwhile, Naga off on the other side. Kraken impact for Kraken impact versus Sparker. Sparker with 2 and makes it 3 over the top. Drops a little bit more, gets a little bit onto the Venom. Trust Me gonna go down, and Sparker is a beast.
Including you, that was trying to go for that aggressive play, even though we're down 1.
Bye. Gods to death right now. Meteor M gonna be dropped in response. Rajaro takes down Nevix. Quick pick off in here for LG. Astroid getting Fi in turn. A much bigger Gods to death. High value coming in from these shots. Sending Virtus.pro running for the hills, and they needed this. Some
of the Gods to death projectiles and get a pick. Allowed LG to get back in.
Well, they dropped the early Sia. They're hoping for some picks in the neutral. Nevix, meanwhile, counter fire on the Naga, just stays with his team. However, Naga is going to be brought back up. LG still at a full 6, still very winnable. VP waiting for some ults to get online, notably the Kraken impact from one end and the Cloak ult on the other. Nevix, meanwhile, diving on in, ready to drop the Feast when needed. Now says it's time to eat, drops it into the back line. No picks, though, from you just yet. LG still staying at full HP. Naga, though, bursts down for a Kraken impact, and it's Sparker. His Kraken impact sets the tone a little bit. Meteor M as the dressing for that salad of Ast, and that should be .2 for VP.
Oh, trust me, committing the Feast of the Abyss and not even able to find that pick. And so crucially there too, Dredro sends that Eternal Bond to the backline, commits the ult, gives the healing on point, and goes all the way to the backline to commit, so that way Sparker can use the Kraken impact to also go back there, get value from that healing on the ground from the carpet, and just breaking it on open there. You don't want to have to, like, an Amplifier Infinite Grit, you don't want to have to pop more ults here.
They lose destroyed
for VP. Oh no, the exact worst possible situation. Still potentially doable if they just want to use one ult. They need to commit. They don't want to lose someone else. They lose Trust Me as well.
They're falling to pieces. VP had no ults. This was a pure neutral situation. And now LG having to burn ult to their own just to stay in the fight. A terrible hit to the economy. And we'll see what VP does here. The Meteor M dropped by LG. They have to burn the Sia, the Meteor M, the God of Mischief, and it's just to stay in the fight. VP now, they've built up their ults. Gossip going on in. Spark with the Kraken impact, gets onto Naga. Fi, death from above. Naga might be brought back up and in, but LG, they are teetering. They are staggering. VP still at a full 6, pushing the advantage. Another Kraken impact comes on in, and this is looking like a very fast time about to be set by VP.
Fate trying to deny it as long as possible, getting very fancy with the footwork, allowing LG a chance to make it on back, but I mean, they need a pick right now. Probably unlikely anything's gonna happen. No, they are. Spark are gonna get one. Trust me, staying alive. So it's delayed this cap a little bit. I mean, even pressure from Naga in the backline. Wait a minute. The recontest, the regeneration event keeps them alive, and Fate on the Rocket Raccoon not going down. So LG still fighting aggressively. Nevic's likely going to be look for some sort of dive here onto the backline, maybe onto one of the duelists. Just drop a Feast of the Abyss to do that percentage-based damage. And not even needed. Not even needed. No heals going their ways. Destroyed. Taken out. The headshots. Come out with the primary fire.
Brought back in. It's still 6v6. VP engaging with their ults. They open with the Feast. Naga, meanwhile, the Kraken impact perhaps a little better. Takes down Sparker early. Is not going to be able to keep it going, though. The resets don't happen. Fi, meanwhile, finds on the Naga. VP evening out the fight. LG, trust me, can't get the Feast off and keep himself alive. Rajaro still has Meteor M. They still have the Sia, but VP, more numbers on the point. Meteor M from Rajaro, diving into the backline, trying to buy time. Gets Sparker. Actually, a huge pickoff. It's Destroyed sitting here in the back going, please.
Going for the flank, trying to find any. Not going to find any just yet. Is LG taking the fight out of the spawn doors, out of this point.
Sparker looking for the resets right now. Farming off the Loki's. Destroyed, though, finds Fi in the same place. Destroyed also takes on Sparker. 2 huge picks for Destroyed. Right place, right time. And that might be enough for LG to hold. The BRB will be bringing back in Finzi, but VP just gets crunched at the opening of this fight. LG still at full strength. Here comes the Kraken impact from Naga. Over and in. Deals with Nevix. The cleanup in play. And VP, Avast, now going to get held at last.
Off of some hero plays from the backline for LG. Fate. They're just going to do the TP for the Doctor Strange right here. That's what we're going to do. Going to the backline. Trust me, probably going to swap Venom. Yep, going to swap Venom. So now they've put everyone behind, and now going to have Trust Me come back in, try to set up the next fight.
Naga, meanwhile, now taking full advantage of the infinite grit. Forcing the tanks back a little bit, so you cannot sustain against the Bucky for that long. However, the hook comes on in. Sparker trying to make his claim here. However, the strategist support there for LG big. Naga able to stay alive, but for how long? Has Magneto in his face. Finzi takes him on down. So Naga is down. Was the BRB up in time? It was not. So it's a full 1 down for Luminosity. Trust me, super low, can't get away. Down to 5. And just look for neutral kills into Kraken impact from Sparker. What they really need, they need Cestroid to somehow be the one to take down Sparker before the Kraken impact gets out of hand. We'll see if that'll be the case. Trust me right now. Working to the back line. It's just full-on hella harassment. Meanwhile, Finzi is down. I think Finzi got hooked and taken on down. Sparker already getting hit with the BRB. Trust me, keeping Fi out of the fight. A really nice engage so far from LG. VP still has all the ability to recontest, but they're pushed off the point. 2 ticks already to LG. VP under the gun, needing to move back out onto the point. Nevik saying it's time to feast. Holding on to it. Meanwhile, though, Meteor M in right now from Rajaro, looking and throws it way to the outskirts, looking for the midair. Trust me, though, takes down Saipai in turn. The BRB threat out. Down 1 strategist is VP. LG still full strength. Trust me, though, super low, gets taken on down, burned down by Fi, as Naga does the same to Nevix. LG still up at advantage, still bringing up the point. Are they gonna get it? They do.
Yeah, Trust Me's better.
Comes on in there. I mean, I have to give a lot of credit to level 1 Cook there as well. You know, get a late pick there, another limb on a Sparker, but also got an opening pick there, using that damage. That would be the
they got the anti-pick. Not what they're looking for. Nevix dropping on in off the bubble. You just see the full retreat from LG for the most part. Although, trust me, I think more than willing to just go to the back here, get the Gauss of Death out, and you know, still just this unrecorded crush onto Hela from Trust Me. Still staying in, looking for the Hela damage. Might be going down in turn, has to pop the shield. Off and away
goes on to E, and he's like, no, it's fine. We got 2 more miles to the station. It's gonna be okay. So LG now moving forward off those picks. Gonna get the amplifier out, gonna take down Fi as well. So Trust Me saying, no, I'm the Lord of the High Ground, even though currently Nevix is staying up there.
They lost Rajaro early. Rajaro gone early in the fight. VP with the tools needed to potentially hold this back. Now looking for Trust Me. Trust Me gets a shield off just in the nick of time. Naga holding on to the Kraken Impact. LG would still like to be up to a full 6. Still waiting for the investment here. And Trust Me gets away again. Trust Me is still alive. Trust Me gets healed all the way back up. Or gets brought back by Rocket in that case. He was getting rezzed the entire time. Anyway, right now, Feast in from Nevix. Over and mistakes. Both teams still at a full 6. Fine, gonna drop on in. Goss and Death dropped. Naga down. And we got the Hella duel point blank as Fi decides, no, I'm gonna throw these bolts down on the field. Destroyed, still getting caught in the crossfire. Only 1 minute left right now, Vast, as LG is still looking for answers.
And that's exactly what they did not want to happen. They did want to have to put the Goddess of Death directly in front of them. They wanted to have the Goddess of Death maybe going behind, maybe go to the side. And then additionally, because they lose the pick early, they don't have that res, right? They don't have the res. They get pretty much nothing from it. And they don't even control the high ground. They never can control the high ground. There was a constant split for Nevix and for Fi. So LG having to recontest here again, this time going to be trying to remove Nevix early. See if they can just make it back up.
Huge pick, one of the best ones they could get. Final 25 seconds. VP on the verge of being our money match champions in EU. LG looking to stay alive. But if they want to stay alive, they got to get through the second place. Destroyed does it again. Finds Fi. No resurrection going to be up in play. The BRB was not back up, so it's Destroyed. Being the life Luminosity needs as they try to extend this to another map. Keep things moving forward here on the Hall of Jalia. And now you see Trust Me into the back. Has the Feast ready to go. Dreedro. God Mischief used. Finzi Meteor M. No connection there. LG still at full strength. Naga. Kraken Impact Destroyed is down. Trust Me gets on the Finzi though. 5 versus 5. Nevix in on the Feast looking for anything. Finzi is brought back into the fray with the BRB. Naga though on the Sparker as LG keeping themselves in it. Only down to Destroyed right now. Nevix looking for the delay. Getting pummeled in turn. All the heals though still in for Nevix. LG right now still looking for any opportunity to be had. They've fully restabilized, so is VP. The C is gonna be out here in a moment, and it's gonna be Sparker. Sparker, the Kraken Impact is good to go. Can Sparker do it again? Rajarlo takes down Nevix super early into the fight. Sparker still looking for the opportunity right now, Vast. Hasn't dropped it just yet. LG still in the full 6.
Oh, Naga completely staying up that whole time. Great regeneration domain again from level 1 Crook, who is going to have the God of Mischief. Might need to use it there just to give them something else in this fight. Guarantee it. They're going to put down Sparker. They're going to use the Kraken Impact. I mean, that's perfect. I mean, it's a Kraken Impact copy there, by the way, for level 1 Crook. He copies there on to Sparker, guaranteeing they're going to have Kraken Impact of their own. I mean, it should be the cleanup here. And level 1 Crook going down there late. There should be enough. The amplifiers out. They just have to knock out the fight. Fi's so late. He's so far away with the ult. They should be able
to do it one more time. Saipe. Sparker going into the back. Has the Dance of the Butterfly good to go. Crook down. 15 seconds remains.
Trust Me behind as well. Trust Me gonna get caught late. So there's 10 seconds left. Nevix though, because the little team shows a chance. They gives them one chance. Now they have to not go down to the Dance of the Butterfly as Naga gets another. Sparker not gonna commit. Gonna go down. Great find from Rojaro who keeps them in it. Destroy kinds of late Vix.
He found Rocket just climbing the walls and just stripped him right off. LG punish VP, who was just trying to super aggro, push them away. We are now in overtime. LG's tournament life on the line. They cannot leave the convoy or things will be bad. Sparker's still hanging on to the Dance of the Butterfly all the while. It's Destroyed, ready to do Goss of Death. LG moving
and there's no sustainals. No sustainals. Yep. Remember this. God of Mischief, there's no one to really copy. So the regeneration domain for Crook is going to be extremely important to keep them up through the Dance of the Butterfly if Sparker chooses to commit. Already early pick.
Super early pick from Destroyed, and it's not brought him back. The BRB was not ready. Your quick 6v5 Naga on the Finzi. LG getting pick after pick. Real close to taking a map off VP now. The BRB is in play though. Finzi is brought back into it. LG still full strength. VP still reeling. Destroyed though. Gets caught by Finzi. Naga though. Kraken Impact. Time to go. Gets onto Nevix. Can LG stay alive? Naga gets another. Got somehow threaded it in onto Sparker. Goes on forward. Gets on the Finzi. Naga coming alive as LG might just be extending the series, but fine with the Goss of Death. Takes down Crook. VP not down yet. How much more does VP have left to take as LG looks to put away Rojaro? Naga connect, and this looks to be about it. Avast LG may be extending the series and taking a map off the once invincible. Heated up towards the end of the last map.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that we kept the Hella up because even without the Loki, it's just Hella is so strong on Midtown. You can fight these high ground so effectively. Trust Me went deep, wasn't even able to pop that symbiotic resistance, not able to pop the shield. So down that tank player, that Vanguard player already there for LG is VP just gonna be playing on the point.
Also, the BRB might have gotten blown up or wasn't even down because that was a full depth. Trust Me was gone. However, Fi getting caught. Naga with 2. Nice up here from Naga, but ends up falling to Sparker right after. So I think VP actually will carry these trades, especially with the nice little grab coming in onto Magneto right there. Sparker in his zone right now, Vast.
As long as they could, but they're just not able to get enough. And an early crack and impact for Sparker, considering all the damage done, and an early amplifier. They're just gonna clean it up here.
You know, at some point, Rajaro was just wondering, did I really have to be the person to step out here to try and defend this point? Was this trip really necessary? The other hook repeatedly, but now this is where maybe you change it a little bit. Trust me, still alive at the beginning of the fight. The Sia is ready to go. However, Finzi decides to go a little bit aggro, opens up the Meteor M. Trust me gets caught. Everyone had to back out for a moment. Trust me gets caught in the interim, and Sparker on the cleanup, even with the BRBs. So again, VP, great plays in the neutral, set things up, but I really like how Finzi doing Meteor M just took away the Trust Me support. Amazing.
Trust me, trying to stall as long as possible. We're gonna go down late. I mean, LG probably
from LG, they prevent the Kraken Impact from taking things away. You see Fi real low, taken down by Destroyed. Now, payload a little bit more in contest. Nevix now, more trying to buy time. Outnumbered here on the payload. LG trying to go to the other end of the back line. Goss definitely gonna be used here by Destroyed. It's Destroyed going, hey, Spawndor, how are you? At least keeping people back for a moment as LG looks to stabilize on top of the convoy.
It's almost LG's favor to not get a pick right now to make sure they don't go to the spawn door and break out of the choke. LG finally, though, gonna be backing up. Still on an amplifier. They can pop here on the corner. So amplifier v amplifier, a lot of amplification that could take place. And that's exactly what they're gonna do, is LG trying to back up from the flank. Making sure not to go down to any of its aggression. Don't want to lose anyone. Oh, Destroyed getting caught there from that amplifier.
Magneto doing so much damage, mid amplifier, just able to use it to push Destroyed. VP at a full 6-on-5 now. Rajaro getting pummeled, so is Naga. Naga look for the opportunity to drop the Kraken Impact though, same as Sparker. Both Winter Soldiers ready to go. LG though, giving up some key space at the moment. Fisto gonna go in, Fi under pressure as Trust Me trying to get onto the hell, but here comes Sparker onto the back line, over to the side. Kraken Impact reset, good to go. Rajaro and Quick both down. Sparker out for blood, gets one more, goes again and again, over into the back end side. Just looking to create space. You're gonna have the invisible boundary out and turn. Fi was able to get Destroyed somehow through that boundary, or no. Destroyed though, brought back up via the BRB. Fi though says Rajaro down, this time probably not coming right back up. Finzi just pushes on forward, and that may be it. VP clean picks off the amplifier set up by the Gods of Death, and that is a blisteringly fast pace. Here on
Revolving around who can own the high ground first, who can take control of this land. So far,
the land battle,
it's gonna be Virtus.pro.
finds Crook just shooting down the hallway, and it hits Pay Dirt. Now the BRB is gonna lessen the impact of that. Both teams still at 6v6. Trust me though, again, absolutely pummeled, and Sparker again finds one more. Destroyed down and grabs the hook for good measure. No escape for the Crook as VP continue to be an iron wall.
So now VP poking here on the spawn door, looking for anything. LG once again look like they're what it's not. It's the side now. We're not going to fight for the left side high ground. We're going for the right. Move on up the ramp here, try to take control of this. A little bit more effective when you do have that Magneto. Is level 1 Crook finding Fi there off that peak. Okay, that's perfect. That's actually what I want to see. Forces the BRB. They're going to use the Amplify here as well. And now it's going to break down a longer ult fight, ZP.
I think it's nice positioning from Fate off the Sia. However, it doesn't immediately translate into the pickoffs. The Sia is gone. LG, though, they've gotten some positioning, and right now, you look at Fi, gets a Magneto in their face. Rajaro gonna win that one. Naga, though, goes down in turn. Both teams down, one duelist. Rajaro using the high ground right now, looking for opportunities. Saipei, the Sia has been dropped. Now Sia fading in importance right now. LG right now just trying to stabilize. Meteor M, good for Rajaro here. In a moment, they lose Fate. Sparker just works on the outskirts. Takes down Trust Me, Nevix on the Fate, and VP again just working with a huge numerical advantage.
And LG, they have the right idea. They're trying to take these rotations. They're trying to take high ground. But Virtus.pro doing what LG couldn't on their defense. Rotating constantly. Okay, we're going to take pressure on high ground. Fine. We're going to fight them a bit. Back up. Let's play this room. Let's rotate around. Let's use the cover. And it's so important here for Midtown First on how you use the geometry of the map to just shield yourself from damage, to keep the fight alive even if you're down a pick. And it's so impossibly hard sometimes for the offense to break it through as LG comes back in here for another contest.
LG needs something to go well soon. Nevix, though, clobbering time used, looking for pickoffs off. Magneto bubble, though, gonna stymie what could have been an easy pick. VP now, tactical retreat because of the invisible boundary. They wait a little bit, they drop a boundary of their own. Finzi with the Meteor M finds on the Naga. Sets things up here. Sparker onto Fate. The BRB may be able to negate one, but LG still on the ropes. Meteor M now gonna be dropped here by Rajaro. Looking, nothing found. VP still looking very strong, very healthy. Saipei has the Sia left to go. Have the Kraken impact here by Naga, instead completely rejected the Vast, and we find ourselves down to the last minute as VP is on tournament point once more.
And trust me, here on the Doctor Strange is going to get the Eye of Agamotto out, find one, but with Stressroid being down and the BRB up here for Virtus.pro, they still have some sustainability. They have to find some more. They're not going to give it up just easily. As Sparker in the back, they don't want to give up another pick. They can't give up another pick because this could delay the entirety rest of the point. It looks like it should be fine. They're going to chase down Fi. Level 1 Crook does goes down though, and that's a pick they really didn't want to see. Luckily, they're close enough to the spawn, but see how Virtus.pro continues to use this geometry to just pester LG every step of the way.
Now for VP, the question is, do you just go for a hold on second, or do you full invest into point A? Only 30 seconds left. If you win this team fight, the tournament and $1,000 would be yours. What decision do you make? VP, they don't shy away from the challenge. They decide to go for it. They want to end this here and now. Nevik starts things up with the charge on in, leaps back right after under focus fire. VP looking to set their tone here. LG though with swaps of their own. Naga close to the dance of the butterfly now on the sidewalk. LG, a fight they must win. 5 seconds left to go. Both teams looking for a long point first pick. Trust me though, gets on the Finzi first. 6v5, dance of the butterfly into the back line. BRB though brings Finzi right back on up. Dance is still going on. Sparker finding Rajaro. VP up at a full 6. LG getting Rajaro back into the fray. LG still options to play here. Meteor M coming on in from Rajaro. Is it going to connect this time? He's looking, he's waiting. Finzi, Meteor M at the same point. No one down on either end. Both teams still at full. VP, however, they drop the Sia. They're looking for the pick. It all comes down to this right now. We're still in overtime, and Rajaro goes down. That could be the first to fall as VP looks to put this one away.
Oh, and the stun as well with the hook. Trust me, doesn't even get the Eye of Agamotto out. And I think that's going to be the hold, ZP. I mean, they just have nothing unless they lose so many picks. They can't touch. I mean, that's